Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy to see you all today. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. Let me pull up our attendance and we'll get started in just a couple minutes. Let's see. Today we are doing reading. Oh, make way for the Mallard family. I love this one. This one is so fun. Okay. Let me pull it up on my screen and then we will talk about it. I'm also going to record this since it is a brand new lesson. So I see a couple of us are in the car and that's totally fine. I'm glad you're still joining me. It's good to see you. And this will be on my YouTube channel later. So if you have to bounce early because you're going on the way to an appointment, or if it was just too fast for you, it will be on YouTube so you guys can watch it in a little bit. And we're gonna get started. So on Seesaw, we are working on Ready Reading Lesson 11. This is the author's message unit opener. So you're going to click Add Response. If you have a split screen, that would be the best. If not, or if you have like in a packet, or if you want to write your answers in a notebook, you can. But it's usually easiest if you have it on Seesaw to use a split screen. That way, whatever work I do, you can do on yours at the same time. So I'm going to give you a minute to find that split screen, and I'm going to go close my window because it just got real cold in here. Oh, chilly.
I'll be right back, Miss Manry.
What was that?
I'll be right back.
Okay. All righty. So we are working on author's point of view. Hey, Edgar, glad you're here. Got you down for attendance. So we're working on author's point of view today. We've worked a little bit on theme and author's message, which is like what the author's trying to teach us. This is a little bit different. This is the author's opinion. So every writer, including you guys as writers, has an opinion about the topic they are writing about. And it's our job as readers to be able to understand their opinion and to identify what it is, especially when we're trying to learn something. Sometimes articles will have an opinion to them, and it will make some of the facts sound either positive or negative, depending on the author's point of view. So especially today, when we have so much news and so many articles at our fingertips, like on our phones and tablets and computers and on the news, it's important to identify the author's point of view so that we know what their opinion is, and then we can decide if we agree with them or not. So our learning target this week, understanding the differences between an author's point of view and your own will help you understand different ways of looking at a topic. It's really important as readers that we not only understand our own point of view and what we think about a topic, but that we're able to have a global point of view as well, which means that we can think about things as other people do, even if we don't necessarily agree with them. So, a point of view is the way we think or feel about something. That's really important. So I'm going to highlight it. That's important for us to understand. Point of view is the way we think or feel about something. So that's what they say when they mean point of view. For example, you might like a certain kind of music, but your friend might not, and they might think it's terrible. You both have different points of view about that kind of music. Authors often give their points of view about topics. They do this by using opinion words like best, worst, beautiful, like, dislike, feel, and believe. As you read, try to figure out the author's point of view by noticing these types of word clues. So if I'm reading an article about flowers and I think, oh my gosh, these are the most beautiful flowers in the world, but the author writes, these flowers were nothing compared to the trees over in the distance. It's obvious that the author would think that the flowers weren't very good, but I thought they were amazing. It's important to think about different points of view. So let's look down here at this picture. There's this girl looking at this art piece in the museum and says, look at the cartoon below. How does the woman feel about the art? And you can see she's got her little notebook and her pencil. So she's taking notes about her opinion, about what she thinks. And then she goes to her computer and she's going to type it, maybe for an article. And she writes, I saw a new artist's work today. This painting is so ugly. I can't believe it's in a museum. Wow. What do you guys think? How does she feel about that painting? Does she like it or does she not like it? What do you guys think? Go ahead and come off of mute and tell me.
She doesn't
She don't like it.
She does not like it. She says it's ugly. She can't believe it's in a museum. She does not like it. Can't believe it's in a museum. So look at this cartoon again. Notice the words that the woman uses as she writes about that art. What does that tell you about her point of view? And like you guys said, she does not like it because she uses words like ugly. Can't believe it's in a museum. So let's go to page 2. And we're going to look at the author, their point of view, and the details that tell us their point of view. So the author of that short little article, it was short, but it got right to the point, is the woman, right? The woman that looked at the painting. What is her point of view? You guys just told me that she does not like the painting, right? So her point of view is that the painting is what? Go ahead and you can type it in the chat. Come off of mute. What do you think? What does she think about the painting?
She don't like it.
She doesn't like it. So what does that mean? She doesn't like the painting. So the painting is
ugly.
It's ugly, right? Yeah, she says
Hideous.
Her point, hideous. Ooh, that's a good word. Yes, she thinks the painting's ugly. It's hideous. It's awful. Hello, if you just joined us, will you please type your name in the chat so I can get you for attendance? Thank you. So her point of view is that that painting is ugly. The details that tell us that, what does she say? That shows that she thinks that painting is ugly. What does she say? Mia, go ahead.
I can't believe that's in a museum.
Yes, she says, and I'm going to put it in quotes because remember, quotes tell me that someone is talking and that it's from the article. I can't believe it is in a Ooh, I always forget how to spell this. Museum. Hold on. Museum. It's always one of those words that I just can't spell very well. Museum. Have to sound it out. She says, the painting's ugly. I can't believe it's in a museum. That's how we know that she thinks that painting is pretty bad. And Eden, yes, I like that word terrible, is ugly / terrible. Hello, if you're just joining us, will you type your name in the chat, please? I can get you for attendance. Got a couple of us joining. We just finished the first page or two, but this will be on YouTube later. Make sure you get your name in the chat. Thank you. Okay. So I'll leave this up for a minute so that you guys can write that down. So if you just joined us, we're in our Ready reading lesson. It's lesson 11, author's point of view. Hi, Oscar. You're a little bit late, buddy. Luis, you as well. Next time, you guys got to make sure you log on at 9, okay? I don't want you to miss out on anything, but this will be on YouTube later if you need to rewatch. So we are focusing on author's point of view. If you are just joining us, this is lesson 11 for Ready Reading, author's point of view. Make sure that you've got it pulled up or a notebook ready to take some notes. So the woman thinks that the painting is ugly or it's terrible. Let me put a space here. There we go. It's a little bit better. She can't believe it's in a museum. And what else did she say when she looked here? This painting is so ugly, right? That means that she obviously thinks the painting is ugly or it's terrible. She says this painting is so ugly. And again, we're putting it in quotations because that shows us it came directly from the article. Directly from the article. Emiliano, are you just joining us or did you just get kicked out? Okay, I'm going to leave this up for a minute for y'all to write this down. This is on page 2 of your assignment on Ready Reading. And then we're going to move into our story where we're going to identify author's point of view. And it's called Make Way for the Mallard Family. Mallard is a type of duck. It's a really cute story, which is my point of view. Go ahead and type done in the chat when you're all done typing. That way I know when we're ready to move on. Got kicked out. Okay, Emiliano, thanks for letting me know. If you still need more time to type this, will you please press the raise hand button and keep it up until you're done. And once you're done, you can press lower hand. That way I know who to wait for. Thank you, Devaney. Go ahead and leave that raise hand button up until you're all done. About 1 more minute to write this down. If you need to take a screenshot so that you can write it later, that works too. And this will also be on YouTube if you need to rewatch.
Miss Manrig,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn off my camera, but when you start, I'll turn it back on.
Okay. All right, Sharon and Daphne, almost done? Sharon, perfect. Thanks, Sharon. All right, Daphne, are you good to go or are you on the last sentence? All right, here, Devaney, I'm going to send you the last sentence here in the chat. Oh, you're all done. Perfect. I was about to say I'd send it to you in the chat so that way you'd have it there too. All right. Make Way for the Mallard Family by Jesse Green. So remember, in this story, we're looking for author's point of view. This is looking for what does the author think about what they're writing about. So it's called Make Way for the Mallard Family. And we see this picture here of these ducks, right? Looks like a mommy duck and lots of baby ducks. So that would make a family. So we are looking for in this article, how does the author feel about this sculpture? Rodolfo, go ahead.
I'm looking at the marble duck very carefully, and it looks like it's like gold.
It does, doesn't it? I think we
Yeah,
read a
like,
little bit in here about
it's
what.
not moving. Like it says stoned.
Yes, it is. It's a
Because,
sculpture.
like, the neck and face are all, like, gold.
Yes. Yep. Sharon, go
And
ahead.
that's just a special kind of duck, a mama duck.
That could stand very still, but no, these
Oh,
ones
it's probably, like, I might be a reflection of the sun.
are. Mm-hmm. Sharon, go ahead with your question. Are you good, Devaney? Devaney, did you have a question? Sharon, did you have a question? I see your hands up.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Devaney, did you have a question?
That wasn't time.
Okay, I can come back to that at the end, okay? Because we've only got 20 minutes left, so we got to move on. Okay. Alrighty, so Make Way for Ducklings is a children's book by Robert McCloskey. In it, a mother and her 8 ducklings walk into a park in Boston, Massachusetts. Today, a delightful bronze sculpture of Mrs. Mallard and her ducklings stands in Boston's public garden. The statue is almost as popular as the book. It seems to bring the duck family to life. Nancy Scone made this charming creation back in 1987. It's a series of 9 adorable statues. Mrs. Mallard and her ducklings proudly parade in a row. Children cuddle these lifelike statues all the time. All this petting means they never need to be polished. A thief stole one of these ducklings in 2009. The cowardly criminal snapped the bird off at its webbed feet. This senseless attack angered many people. Boston's Mayor Menino said, "This act is not a prank, it is a crime." Fortunately, the missing statue was found 4 blocks away. It was leaning against a tree. The people who found the stolen duckling returned it right away. And soon the duckling was back in the parade where he belonged. Nancy Scone loves to come to the park and watch children enjoy her sculpture. She feels lucky to have made something that has given so much pleasure to so many. Our close reader habit says, as we read, circle the words that show how the author feels about the statue. And we're also going to look at our questions on page 4 so we know what to reread for. So, words describing the sculpture and the author's point of view. What words help you decide how the author feels about the sculpture? Add 2 more examples to the first column of the chart, and then write what you think the author's point of view is about the sculpture. So here I need to add 1, 2 more words or phrases that she uses to describe the sculpture. And then I need to decide what's her point of view. We don't need a point of view for all of these, right? She has one point of view about the sculpture. And our hint here says to figure out the author's point of view, look at the words used to describe the topic. So we're looking for describing words, adjectives, right? To figure out the author's point of view and compare it to our own. So as we reread, we're going to be thinking about what words does she use. Here it tells us delightful bronze sculpture. The word delightful is a happy word, right? It means something that you love, that makes you happy. So that gives us a hint of her point of view on the sculpture. Our short response, if we have time for it, will be, is your point of view different from or the same as the author's? Tell how it's the same or different. So we should have time for that because that's something you could do on your own also. You could say, I love the sculptures, or my point of view is different. I don't think the sculptures are very good. So we're going to reread and we're going to look for words to describe the author's point of view. All right, let's look at paragraph 1. And I'm actually going to call on some of you to read these paragraphs for me. Let's see. Sophia, will you read from the first sentence to right here at the word today? Go ahead and start at make way.
Today, a delightful bronze sculpture of
Oh, no, sorry. I misspoke. Can you start right here at the beginning and then read until you get to the word today? So go ahead and start at make way.
Make Way for Ducklings is a children's book by Robert McCloskey. In it, a mother and her 8 ducklings walk to the park in
Boston, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Very good, Sophia. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Ethan, will you start it today and read the rest of paragraph 1, please?
Today, a delightful bronze sculpture of Mrs. Mallard and her ducklings stand in Boston's public garden. The statue is almost as popular as the book. It seems to bring a duck family to life.
Very good. What are some words here, you guys, that we found that shows the author's point of view? What are some words in that first paragraph? Eden, go ahead.
Delightful bronze.
Yes, the delightful bronze sculpture. That word delightful, absolutely. And that's the one they put on our chart for us, huh? Rodolfo, what do you think? Are there any other words here towards the end? What about this word popular, Rodolfo? Do you know what the word popular means? Oh, that's okay. Can you come off of mute and explain what that word means?
It means like amazing, kinda.
Yeah, it means like a lot of people like it, right? So like,
You know, like it's so famous, like a person.
yes, like
It's a word of. It's a saying of famous. Instead of saying famous, you say popular.
yes, those two can kind of go hand in hand. Good job. Another way of saying popular is like a lot of people like it, right? Like if you're famous, you're well known. If you're popular, you're well known. You're well liked. So they are as popular as the book. That means they're well liked and well known. Good job. All right, let's start at paragraph 2. Let's see if we can find some more clues. Let's see, Emiliano, can you start at paragraph 2 and read to right here this word row? Start here at Nancy. Nancy Stone.
Nancy
Scone.
Scone made this charming creation in 1987. It is a series of 9
Adorable.
adorable stats. Mrs.
Mallard.
Mallard
Mhm.
and her ducklings proudly prayed in a row.
Very good reading. Nice job. All right, Oscar, can you start at children and then read down to the word polished, please? Oscar. Children.
Children cuddle these lifelike statues all the time. All this petting means they never need to be polished.
Good reading. Thank you. All right, guys. In paragraph 2, what did we find? What words did we find that tells us how the author feels? Mia, go ahead.
Charming.
Yes, charming. What a lovely word. Charming creation. Sophia, is there another word there? There's one right below it. Do you see it?
Proudly.
Oh, yes, proudly. They proudly parade. That shows that it's something really good too. Absolutely. Good one. Let's see. There's another one too that I see. Hey, Rochelle, you were a little early, my dear. Brooklyn, can you tell me which other one in here? What's another one that tells me the author's point of view? Brooklyn, you can either type it in the chat or you can come off of mute. And paragraph 2, there's another one.
Her ducks.
One more time.
Her ducks.
Okay, which word of, so her ducklings, yeah. Which word describes those ducklings? It's right here, they're 9. This word is adorable, Brooklyn. Do you know what the word adorable means?
Yes.
What do you think it means? What does that word adorable mean?
Cute.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job, Brooklyn. It means that they're very cute. They're adorable. Mia, you look like you've got another one.
Cuddly.
Yes, children cuddle the lifelike statues. Absolutely. Because children would not cuddle them if they were not adorable and charming and cute. All right, good job, you guys. Paragraph 3. I need a reader for paragraph 3. It's a pretty short paragraph. Eden, go ahead.
A thief stole one of the ducklings in 2009. The cowardly criminal snapped the bird off the web tree, then senselessly attacked, injured many people. Boston Mayor Menino said this act is not a prank, it is a crime.
Very good. So here she's saying cowardly criminal, senseless attack. These are describing words, but do they describe the ducklings? They don't, right? They describe the
No.
person that stole a duckling. So we're not going to circle those ones or highlight because we want to know how she feels about the statue. Mauricio, will you read paragraph 4 for me? We're at fortunately.
Fortunate.
Fortunately, yep.
Missing
Statue.
statue was found for
Blocks.
away. It was leaving against a tree. The people who found the stole duckling
Yep. Returned
returned it right ways. Soon the ducklings was back in the
parade
parade where he
belonged.
belonged.
Good reading, Mauricio. Thank you so much. That's a long kind of paragraph, isn't it? Thank you for helping me out with that. All right, and I need someone for paragraph 5. Let's see. Diego, could you read paragraph 5 for me, please? Nancy Scone.
Nancy Scone loves to come to the park and watch children enjoy her
Sculpture.
She feels lucky to have made something that has given so much pleasure to so many
Good reading, Diego. Thank you so much. Wow, you guys, what a great job. Oh, Mia, did you see another word that shows how she feels? Go ahead and tell me. Looks like Eden may have seen the same one.
She loves.
Yes, that she loves. She loves to come to the park and watch the children enjoy her sculpture. She feels lucky to have made something give so much pleasure to so many. Whoa, my goodness. We have found so many amazing pieces of evidence that show how the author feels. So this last paragraph shows how Nancy feels. And Nancy's the person who created the sculpture, right? So it does show about the statue, but not quite the author. We find more of what the author feels in paragraphs 1 and 2, don't we? Look at all of that highlighting. So on our chart, it already added for us a delightful bronze sculpture, but we can add charming creation, adorable statues, proudly parade. And remember, when we add evidence on here, just like when they put delightful bronze sculpture, we don't need to write the whole sentence. We just need to write a part of it. So one of the things they put was adorable statues. That was one thing they wrote to show how she feels about it. She says they are adorable statues. And she says that they proudly parade through the park. Those are two pieces of evidence that shows how the author feels. So how does the author feel about these statues? How does the author feel? Devaney, how does the author feel about the statues?
Happy?
Happy, yeah, she loves them, doesn't she? So the author's point of view is that the statues are, what's a word I could put, Eden?
Pleasure.
Okay. Oh, like we put pleasure in that one. Like it, she said it was a pleasure for her to watch the children come and cuddle them, right? So the statues are, what about amazing? Do you think that she would think they're amazing? Absolutely, with all of these descriptive words, right? Amazing and great for people to come and see. Shush, Teddy. Teddy thinks he's a guard dog. You're not doing much guarding from down here. I hate to break it to you. Yeah, I know. So page 5, I'm going to tell your teachers is up to you guys, because page 5, all you are doing is writing, do you agree with the author's point of view? Why or why not? So the author thinks these statues are amazing and they're great for people to come and see. What do you think? Do you think the statues are amazing? Do you think it's worth going to see? Or do you think they're not that good? So page 5, you are going to do.
I did not know this lesson.
So I'm going to write for page 5. I'm going to write your prompt, whoops, right here, like your sentence stem. And then you're going to fill it in because everyone has a different opinion. Let me move it over here and I'm going to write it in blue so you can see it's different. The author thinks these statues are great. You're going to write agree, or you're going to write disagree with the author's point of view because I think blank. So this one is for page 5. That way you guys can have both of those on there. So you get to decide, do you agree with the author? Do you think these statues are great? Or do you disagree? Do you think they're not very good? And then why? Because I think the statues are really fun and they're lifelike. Or I disagree with the author because I think the statues are kind of boring. So this is your last step for today. I know it's a lot of writing the last couple of minutes. Remember, this will be on YouTube in just a little bit as well. If you need to take a screenshot of it, you can press the control button and that button above the 6 with this, the square with the lines over it. Those two buttons at the same time will take a picture of your screen.
Spanning.
Yes.
Do we have to write our opinion in that small?
No, you can totally add more. Absolutely. If you want to add more to your opinion, you go for it.
Okay.
Devaney, I'm seeing your camera move around a lot. Is that because you're typing? Okay, so we got to focus because we have to get this done, especially since you didn't finish our writing on page 2. We got to make sure we're using the most of our time together.